Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We're getting through the week. It's a holiday week. That's one of the things I like to talk about when it comes to holidays and recovery and sobriety. I early in my recovery, I found it really hard. Holidays were a time when I used to drink a lot. Like that was a time to get together with family and take shots and drink a lot and I hung around my family who at the time also did a lot of drinking. Although me and my brother are sober now, we used to drink a lot together. And my other brother, I come from a pretty big family. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. So I'm the oldest of 7. And when we used to get together at the house, me and my brothers would really drink a lot. It would be whiskey. And so I remember having, a lot of shots and doing that sort of thing. Because holidays were a time to do that. You had a long weekend. But now I don't really reminisce. I don't really think about all the good times and all that because, I was absent. I wasn't there. As boring as life can get now, sometimes I look back and I think, yeah, sure, we had some fun. Yeah, it was enjoyable while I was doing it, but I was creating a lot of damage in my life, not only in my peripheral, but in my body, in my mind, in my spirit. I was absent. Who wants a drunk father or a drunk husband or a drunk this or that? A lot of times I would spend the weekends, just drunk. And I am thankful for sobriety now. And in about 1 month, I'll be celebrating 15 years clean from heroin and meth, prescription pain pills. It started with prescription pain pills. And then obviously eventually it led to heroin. And while I was doing that, I had like a true trifecta. I was also drinking alcohol during that time, all the way through that time. And I was also doing meth. I was shooting meth too. So, I would go down, come up, go down, come up, go down. My life was just a nonstop, and then alcohol was obviously a depressant that would bring me down at night. So I would do drugs during the day, do meth, do heroin, go up and down, and then I would drink at night, pass out, wake up in the next morning, go to North Minneapolis, cop, get my heroin or my prescription pain pills or whatever it was. I did a lot of doctor shopping. I mean, I got a story to tell if I ever get on a podcast to share my story in full, but I did a lot of doctor shopping and my life was just so chaotic. And, I remember now looking back at the holidays were a time to really let loose, right? Like, I was a closet user, so not a lot of people knew I was using heroin and stuff like that. But when I got together with my family, that's drinking. It was all about the drinking. And so when I think about holidays, I don't really think about the drug use so much. I think about alcohol. And alcohol is a drug, but it's socially acceptable. Like, you're not going to see people at the beach, at the fireworks, at the parades, doing this, doing that, at the fair without a beer or a drink in their hand because that's just what they do. That's what people do around this time. But I would encourage people, not only people in recovery, but everybody. Like, when the holiday comes, it's a time to be aware, to be present, to celebrate, right? It doesn't matter if it's a national holiday or a religious holiday. The world, society is giving you an extra day to hang out with your family. Why not make it worthwhile? Why not make it worth the time that you get to spend to do that? And it's just, for me, that's my outlook now. And if you resonate with that, awesome. If not, I totally understand. I just look at this life now and I just think that, there's so many opportunities to do things differently than what we used to do. I just like sharing that with you. A lot of the times I do these videos and I just think about stuff to talk about, I just let it roll. I just let it go. But as the holidays near, I think I'm going to do a couple more videos this week if I can find the time. I've been battling lately, you guys. So when I make these videos, I'm not only helping you guys, but I'm helping me. And I can really beat myself up. I can really go inward and start to really battle. And it is a battle to try to stay out of my head and to try to stay positive. And I'm very sensitive to what people say, what people do, body language, language in general, how people use words. And I am very in tune, aware of people and their feelings for me and certain situations and stuff, and sometimes I beat myself up. Sometimes I tell myself I'm not good enough. I should be doing better. Why did you do this? Why didn't you do that? You should have done this. But I found out after going through all that and in time that, you know, these videos that I make are ultimately helping me to realize that there's so much more out there to worry about and to do, really, than what's going on in our heads. So we got to get out of there. And that's what I think holidays are a perfect time to do that, because you have extra time. Like, we have Friday off this week. That's an extra day to just do something, to work on your recovery, to do a hobby, to get out and learn a new habit, and to do something repetitively. So when I say hobbies and habits, I'm talking about, like, you know, like practicing things so it becomes a good habit, right? And you do your hobbies because you enjoy it, right? But habits, doing it 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times, that creates a habit. Like taking a walk, you know, doing certain things, building a puzzle, like doing things that are, you know, that'll help you. And man, I get excited talking about it because I feel like I'm connecting dots. And I want to give a really big thanks and a really big, huge shout out to my brother Jeff. He's my best friend, probably, you know, in this whole wide world. He's probably, you know, the person that gets what I'm going through the most right now. He has kids. He's lost a child, and he shared that in his testimony. You know, he's Warrior Heart Recovery. The guy is a warrior for sure. He's all in on it, and he helps me so much in my life. And the other day, he called me at the most opportune time when I didn't think I had anybody in my pocket, or in my corner rather, that could help me. And out of the blue, he called me, and he was like, "Hey man, I feel like you're going through something." I'm like, "Yeah, I absolutely am." And I wasn't strong enough myself to pick up that £1,000,000 phone. So when he called me, and you know, when I get a call from somebody, it depends. Like, some people call because they want information, right? They ultimately want to help, but they just want to know what's up, and they want information, right? But Jeff is different. Jeff calls me because he knows that he can provide some sound advice that's really going to go a long way. And we're starting to read a new book together, and I'm not going to share what it is, but we're reading a new book together, and we're going to do a little book study on it, and maybe I'll share with you guys down the road what that book brought to our lives, or my life. And you know, maybe me and Jeff can do a sit down at some point and do a little, you know, chit chat. You know, no strings attached, no stress, no nothing. Just sit down and chat about recovery and what helps him, what helps me, and maybe he'd be willing to do that. I bet you he probably would. So I'm gonna give him a chance to think about that, and we'll see. Maybe that'll be going forward. Maybe we'll do a live stream with me and Jeff. I just kind of thought about that. That'd be cool. He'd be the first person on my channel to do that, so that'd be really cool. I'd be honored to have Jeff. And I'll leave a link to his channel down below. He doesn't have very many subscribers as of yet, but I know he's working on it, and I know he's working on his recovery every single day. And he's a hard ass worker, and he knows what's what. He knows what's up. He's always looking for self-improvement, always trying to do the next right thing. And he's a dude. I'm telling you guys, if I ever wanted to have somebody in my life, this would be the guy, Jeff. All right, well, the rain looks like it stopped. I'm the first guy on the job site this morning. We started a little late, and I don't see much going on. Nobody's here, so I figured I'd make a video. But I'm almost positive as soon as I hit stop on this video, somebody's gonna roll up, and we're gonna get back to work today. Yesterday, I had a real fluky thing happen. I drank a huge Gatorade on an empty stomach, and it kicked my ass. I had such bad cramping. Oh my gosh, it was really bad, and I've learned that I cannot drink Gatorade anymore. Maybe the zero sugar stuff, but the stuff that has all that sugar in it, oh, it kicked my butt, and it put me down. So today we're hoping that the rain will stay away so we can get this job finished up and wrapped up for the most part, and then yeah, have another good day, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, you guys. Have a good day. Lefty out.
2 hours later.
Hey guys, well, you're probably wondering what happened. Just spent the day in the hospital, and it was no fun. Remember me telling you earlier in this video that I had some cramping yesterday and that I had a little bit of a fluke situation? Yeah, well, that happened again today, and it brought me to my knees. And I told my coworkers, I told the guys I worked with, I'm like, something's wrong. Like, you might have to call 911. And we figured out that there was a hospital within like 3 or 4 miles. So I got in my car. I ran a couple red lights. I'm sorry. I got to Southdale, Fairview, and Edina, and I was seen by Dr. Kevin. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm in recovery, right? If you break a bone, you have a surgery, you have teeth pulled, anything like that, you're gonna come into some pain, and that pain is gonna be unbearable at times. But I have to be reminded, that we who are in recovery are perhaps stronger than people who aren't, because we can't do that. We can't get pain meds. We can't get pain management. We can't get Vicodin, OxyContin, oxycodone, Percocet. We don't get to leave with those things. So being mindful of that, I told my doctor right away when I was in there. When I got in there, I was in some pretty bad pain, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm in recovery. I know that you probably can deal with that and work with me on that." And he said, "Yeah, we're going to give you some Toradol, and then obviously some ibuprofen and fluids." And I don't do well with acetaminophen, so we did ibuprofen, Toradol, and then he gave me some fluids, and they gave me something for cramping too, and nausea. So I have kidney stones. That's the whole deal. I got to pass them, and I opted out of the surgery. I didn't want to have the surgery. I thought that would take too much time for me to heal and all that. I didn't want to take time off work for that. So I'm hoping this weekend I'm homebound, I'm bedridden, and I'm trying and pass these kidney stones. And I'm reminded that, I had to do it the old-fashioned way, like without anything. And I got some Flomax, some ibuprofen, some cramping and nausea medication, and then I'm hoping to just grin and bear it and get this done. If you're following my journey, you guys will know that I've been through a lot in my life, and this is just another stepping stone to where I want to be. And I want to be a strong, able-bodied, positive, grind and hustle kind of guy. And I'm not going to do that if I get back on all sorts of pain meds and trying to, because I think about this back in 2016. I had ear surgery and I denied the pain meds. And before that, I broke my ankle. I snapped my leg in half, and that time I actually had to have pain meds. That hurt. I had major surgery on my ankle. I have plates, 8 screws, bungees, all sorts of stuff. So, but what I did then was I gave them to Marissa, and Marissa was able to manage that for me and help me with that, right? And that was in 2013, 2014. I had only been sober a couple of years then. So that's what I needed then. But I figured out that in time, even getting my tooth pulled, I didn't get pain meds in my tooth pulled. I didn't get pain meds for my ears. I didn't get pain meds for certain things. And so I know I can do this. It's just really, really difficult. But let it be a testament to who we are in recovery and what we can do without these types of things. Aches and pains, we can get by without this stuff. I know we can, because you know what? I'm doing it and I'm going to do it. So I hope you guys all had a great Wednesday. I guess that's going to conclude my work week for the week. I'm going to have to take a couple days off, and ended up having to pay out of pocket for my insurance for my stuff today, because we actually lost our health insurance yesterday. Today was the first day we didn't have our health insurance. July 1st was the first day we don't have health insurance, because I've been working so much, I make too much money. We lost our other care. So another hurdle to jump over, but you know what? It is what it is. I got my side hustle, my eBay going. I sell probably 1 or 2 things a week, probably $100 a month extra, so that'll cover whatever. But it is what it is. Got to get by. So I appreciate all the people that are out there supporting me and are trying to help me out. So yeah, here we go. Another challenge, another day. Onward, Lefty out. See ya.